Well, Andrei, it's been kind of a long road back for you to get here. What does it feel like to be, one fight away, what it looks like, from maybe another title shot? What does it feel like right now?
Oh, I don't even think about title shot. I have a dangerous opponent on January 2nd, and first I need to beat Stipe, and it's totally up to UFC. But you're absolutely right. I'm excited. I'm happy and ready to go.
Since you've made it back to the UFC, you had two really good fights, and then two that maybe weren't as good. Have you been able to kind of pick a common thread as to how you make sure you turn in one of those good performances?
Listen, I can tell you right now, at least 10 reasons why I didn't fight good against Sharp and against Mir. But who cares? I have four victories in the UFC, and now I'm facing a very dangerous opponent, and hopefully I did everything right. I did great. I had a great camp. I did everything. I had my homework, and I'm ready to go.
I know you said you don't want to talk about the title shot and what could be ahead, but did you think there'd be another point in your career when you'd have these big fights that meant so much again in the UFC?
One more time, can you repeat?
I know you don't want to talk about the title shot and potential what lies ahead, but did you always think that you'd get back to this point where you'd have big fights in the UFC and you were on this?
That's the reason why I'm back in the UFC. I want to be a champion again, but one step at a time. Now I have to beat Stipe. I just want to have a six-pack, Because one very famous reporter, when I fought Bigfoot Silva, he said, Arlovski kind of heavy in the midsection, so that's why I need to work on my diet.
Does it mean anything to be on the first fight card of the year here in Las Vegas? Is there any added motivation, anything special about that?
Yeah, I'm very excited. Just too bad that I wasn't home for Christmas, for New Year. I miss my son, but this is kind of, this work, it's what I choose, and I'm very excited.
A lot of people have said that your training at Jackson's camp has really been what's led your resurgence here. What would you specifically credit for your resurgence and training at Jackson's?
To be honest with you, I don't really follow what the media says about Greg Jackson, but I really appreciate Greg Jackson for that hand what he gave me, that hope what he gave me back in 2010, I believe, and I would say probably I want to repeat again. Better later than never. Who knows if I start work with Jackson before Emelianenko fight, it might be a different story for me, but I still have fire in my eyes and I'm really excited. I'm ready to go.
What was the message that Greg Jackson gave you that inspired you?
Well, a lot of people, a lot of my former coaches said, Arlovski should retire, you've done this and that, and I was mad, I was disappointed, I was depressed. I gave a call to Greg Jackson and he told me, listen, everything BS, just come to my clinic, we're going to start everything from the beginning. So I really appreciate for that hope, for that message. And
having been here before, and now going through it a second time, like the second phase of your career, do you appreciate things more now than you did the first time?
I became a smarter fighter, and at this point I choose what's more important for me. If we're talking about business, it's definitely I want to be a champion again. If we're talking about other stuff, it's definitely number one for me, it's my family. No more crazy stuff.
2 weeks ago, there was a big fight here, obviously, with McGregor and Aldo, and tons of Irish fans rolled through Las Vegas. What do you think of McGregor?
I guess he did everything right for himself. He promoted himself very good. I guess he did everything good for UFC, but this is not type of my, how to say.
Andrei,
I wouldn't do what he does for himself, for business, for crowd. I guess I have different personality. I mean, my opinion, he's kind of cocky, but who cares? He's like a champion right now, so my opinion is probably doesn't matter at all.
Andrei, your teammate Alistair Overeem had a very impressive performance against Junior Dos Santos. Wondering what your thoughts were on his victory, and does that put any pressure on you to put in a good performance Saturday?
First fight, I need to beat first Stipe Miocic, and we'll see what it's going to be after that. Overeem, where I'm going to be after that fight, but like I said, one step at a time.
So what did you think of Alistair's fight against Junior?
Oh, he did a great job.